Okay, Ernie, your box has arrived with your BellMatic. I'm going to go ahead and get started by getting this out of the package here and having a look. Okay. Right. Great. Okay, so we've got a 1971, 4006, 6029. Super cool BellMatic. Really great looking watch. These are one of the best variants of this model, in my opinion. These really look good. Alright, so let's take a real close look at what we've got here. I'm just going to check function and see how everything's working. Eventually I'm going to take your strap off here. So, okay. So first impressions is, let's just go through some of the obvious external stuff. Everything looks good. It looks like it needs a good clean, but everything's here. You're wound tight, so that's your second mainspring. That's for your alarm, so let's check the function of that first. Great, nice strong alarm. Okay, that's good. That's your ring moving, so that's good to see. Alright, this is the setting position. It's very tight. I'm not going to force it. I'm going to leave that alone, and we'll get to it in a moment. Overall, you know, just normal case wear. No large dings. There's a ding here. Of course, your crystal. We're going to replace that, I feel. We could polish this. It would leave this sort of edge distortion here intact. It doesn't crack all the way through. It actually looks a little melted here. I'm not sure if maybe there's a wood stove or something involved. Overall, though, everything looks nice and clean. Your loom is fresh and you know, bright white, which is always a good sign that there hasn't been moisture in the watch. I'm going to attempt to take the case back off. I doubt I'm going to be able to at this point, mostly because it looks like it's a watch that's been sealed for a long time. So that usually involves a tool, but we'll get there. Give me a moment and we'll have a look at your movement. Yeah, so let me go ahead and do that. Let me get the case back off and we'll be back. Okay, Ernie. Well, one of the benefits of tight case backs is generally it means that watches have been sealed up and unseen for a long time. And that's usually good. And in this case, it's really good. In fact, your watch looks excellent on the inside. Hopefully that's something that foretells the future, which is that we'll have an excellent watch on the return. So overall, you know, it's nice and bright. All the screw heads are nice and shiny. This watch did not see a whole lot of water over its lifetime, which is fantastic. So it's running, it's limping at the moment. It's just sort of slowly chugging. It's low on power, which is typical. So I'm going to go ahead and wind it a little bit. The only way to really wind these watches is to shake them. So I'm going to do that for a moment. I'll come back and see if we can look at the numbers. Okay, well, I gave your watch a bit of a wind. You know, it's not bad. This is not a terrible place to start. So essentially what you're looking at here is this is the beat of the watch. When you hear it go tick, 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 this is measuring the ticks. Ticks and tocks, in fact. And the amplitude here is the swing of the balance. It's how far your tick and tock balance the thing inside that moves back and forth to give you the tick and the tock, well, part of the tick and the tock mechanism, how far it's swinging. Now, These should be about 100 degrees larger than this. It could be that you just have low power, but it needs service. That's what it tells us. The other, this is basically the time lag between tick and tock, so how much time between them. The signal's clean in the sense that the numbers, these 2 points that you see sort of dotting back and forth, they're in a pretty straight line. It's varying a little bit. This rate, this is how much it's gaining or losing per day. But, it's not bad. This isn't terrible. It's got some weird wiggles here and there, but this is a watch that definitely needs service. That's what it tells me. Things are stiff, things are sort of gluey. It's just going to be the way it is. It's going to vary and do weird things. Hopefully we can get all that weirdness worked out. Okay, so let's come back to the watch. Right, so now, what we're sort of facing is getting the watch apart, getting all the components torn down, cleaned up, new seals, new lubrication, new crystal if that's what you want. I'm pretty sure that's what we had discussed, and we will get the case cleaned up. We'll get all the grime and the just stuff from wear taken care of, and we'll get your watch settled up and back to you. So I think we're at a good place, and yeah, as soon as I have the go ahead, I'll go ahead and get you started. All right, Ernie, thanks so much.